I think that we've tried to make a contribution over the years. And that first trip was a very significant trip. And then it was followed by a number of other significant events. The first trip was significant because it was actually the first trade delegation that ever came to China after Deng Xiaoping opened the doors. He claimed the door opening in November of '78, and we arrived in November of '78. And you're right to give Trudeau some credit, because if Trudeau had not recognized China, he would have never encouraged my father. He said, you should go look at that, you know, Paul, look, we have an advantage, go. So my father said, all right, let's set up some businessmen and let's go. And he brought Ian Sinclair and, you know, Culver of CP and Culver of Alcan and the gang. And I was fortunate enough to be his executive assistant at that time, you see, so I was pretty lucky. Anyhow, and we did two things. One is that we did the first ever mission. So the Chinese government never forgot that. And the second thing that we did is that we created the Canada-China Business Council at that time and gave ourselves a goal within the next 10 years that we would try and achieve a trade number. And that was important because that's a vehicle that allowed us to make a contribution beyond the one that you're trying to fulfill for yourself. And in a lot of times, you know, it's fun to do things for your country and not just necessarily for yourself. Not that when you're doing things for yourself, you're not doing it for your country, but it is a little bit of a contribution that's different. And over the years, I think the Canada-China Business Council has played quite a role. The first Team Canada visit that Mr. Chrétien did at the time, I don't think people really know this, but it was organized by the Canada-China Business Council.